In this video I will show you why individual training is very important in your development and where to find motivation for training individually. Let's watch the video and I hope it will help you. First reason is obvious. Individual training will allow you to train more. Let me show you the numbers. 1 year contains 52 weeks. You train with your team probably for about 40 weeks. Let's say that you train with your team 3 times in a week and every training session takes 1.5 hours. It gives you 4.5 training hours per week and 180 training hours per year. If you train individually even once per week for 1 hour, and of course during weeks without team training you can train more, it will give you 52 additional hours in 1 year. Let's compare it. Only team training, 180 hours in 1 year. Team training plus individual training, 232 hours in 1 year. And what if you retrain individually for example 5 years? Only team training, 900 hours. Team training plus individual training, 1160 hours. Can you see the difference? Of course you can. And while being successful in football and in all these sports in general is about looking for the smallest edge over the others, individual training will give you the massive edge of at least 260 hours of training time more than players that trains only during team sessions over 5 years time. That will make a huge difference in your skills and your performance. It is especially useful to train individually in weeks that you don't have your team training sessions, for example on holidays weeks or weeks between seasons. While other players do nothing in this time, you keep training and raise your skills level. Sometimes training sessions are called off for different reasons, but that's not the reason to not train. You can always do individual training in place of called off team sessions. But of course training is not all about time spent on it. It's about quality of that time. Look at these 2 clips. You can try to count how many ball touches single player has during team training session. Of course there are always different exercises, sometimes you're working without the ball, sometimes you're waiting in the line for your turn. All of these things decrease time that you spend with the ball. It also depends on the type of the training session and how good the training is organized. Let's say that you touch the ball once for every 1 minute, what gives you 90 ball contacts during the single session. Then look at these clips from individual training. No waiting in the line, no breaks to reorganize training equipment, only you and the ball. Of course it also depends on many different things, but no matter what you always will have at least 3 to 4 times more contacts with the ball in comparison to the team training session. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with the team training. I only want to show you that individual training can be more effective. So, individual training not only gives you more training hours, but also it gives you more ball contacts during each training hour, what in straight way will make you a better player. The next reason why individual training is so useful is that you can design it specifically for your needs. For example, if you are a striker and your one-on-one situations with goalkeeper often don't end with a goal, you can design a whole individual training session dedicated to this problem. A second episode of this series will be about planning your training sessions, so if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now to not miss it. And don't worry if you're not very good in planning or just don't want to do it, I will deliver you hundreds of individual training exercises in next episodes, so make sure to watch it. Last and most important reason to start your individual training is that it will massively raise your self-confidence level. Training your weak spots will make you think like, okay, it wasn't my strongest skill in the past, but now I've trained it many times and I know how to do it. Thinking like this will boost your self-confidence level straight away and allow you to deliver the skill when it really matters, in the actual game. Now, when you already know why individual training is so important, I will show you 5 ways to motivate yourself for doing it. First way, think about the outcomes. I know that warm bed can have a very strong gravity, but in moments like that, when you have no power to train, try to think about what this training will give you. Imagine that it will help you to fix problems with your skills and allow you to get better in football. Don't think about the work, think about effects of this work. Second thing that you need to know about individual training, that it's the hardest thing to start doing it. At the beginning this is a big challenge, but after a few sessions it will become your habit and you won't imagine training without individual sessions. It will be hard at the beginning, but don't give up on this. Next way to stay motivated is to measure your achievements. This is really simple. Having a target will motivate you to work to achieve this target. For example, if your target is to get better in controlling the ball, you can use ball juggling for this. Check how many times can you juggle the ball now and save this information. Then keep training ball juggling and test yourself again in 2 weeks. When you will see effects of your efforts, it will motivate you to keep training. The easiest way to stay motivated during your individual training sessions is to use music. For sure you have your own music that affects you in a positive way and motivates you. During individual training there is no danger of colliding with anybody, so you can safely have your earphones on and listen to your favorite music. It will make time go faster and allow you to put maximum effort in every exercise. Last thing that you can do to motivate yourself is to have a plan for your trainings. You must know what are your good and bad sides, you must know what skills you want to improve. If you will start to train individually without a specific plan for it, you will lose your motivation quickly. I will show you how to plan your individual training in my next video, so make sure to subscribe my channel. Okay, that was the first video of my individual training series. My plan is to release 11 videos about this topic and many more with examples of individual exercises and whole training sessions. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in comments. Thanks for watching, see you in the next episode.